Welcome to Seat Time, where we drink beer and talk about all the happenings with motorcycles. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Seat Time. This is episode 44. Everybody knows I am Brian Pierce. The guy next to me, though, you may not know, is Bryan Vaughn. He is a dirt bike racer. Funny that. But he did drive 2 hours from Pittsburgh, Texas, and he is here on the couch with us tonight. We are very happy to have you here. How was your drive?
It was pretty good.
Yeah?
Got a little lost right there at the end, but
yeah,
wasn't bad at all.
When you see Cabela's, does that just feel like Pittsburgh and you want to go in there and look for some kind of like hunting stuff or
Cabela's,
maybe a gun or two?
You go in there, it kind of looks like the woods in Pittsburgh, but you ain't going to see a Cabela's unless you come all the way up here.
Unless you make it to Plano.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to see a Cabela's.
I like it, man. That's okay. That Cabela's is actually pretty nice. I could get lost in there a few times myself. So this episode 44, we just had the new year. It's 2012. Happy New Year.
You too.
Woohoo! We also had Christmas. I was in Little Rock, Arkansas for Christmas. You've raced in Arkansas quite a good bit. Were you guys in Pittsburgh for Christmas?
Yeah, we stayed in Pittsburgh.
Nice, man. I know Jordan was in Little Rock for a little while, and we've all had kind of fun. We got some presents and did that stuff, but New Year's for me was not that crazy. I know you guys would expect some crazy-ass story where I went down to the stockyards, got arrested, maybe got drunk, and got naked in public. None of that happened. I was actually completely closed, barely drinking, and I was babysitting 5 to 7-year-olds. I wouldn't say babysitting. My wife was there and other people that were way more responsible than me. So my New Year's was not exactly.
I do like how you say barely drinking though. So you were drinking.
Oh,
babysitting.
yeah. I was definitely, partaking in stuff that was there of alcoholic sense. So, but what about you? How was your New Year's? I could have met if I was in Pittsburgh, Texas for New Year's. Shit.
I don't know,
I don't know if I'd come out alive.
Not much happens in Pittsburgh on New Year's. It was.
You don't do like bonfires? And
yeah, some bonfires, fireworks, a little bit of.
See, since that's normal for you, though, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, that's normal. Up here, I mean, you can watch the neighbors and it's like a fireworks show, usually out there.
What we need to do is get Sam Reynolds and a case of Mickey's, and we'll come out there and have some bonfires and do whatever is normal.
That's pretty normal. That's every weekend deal
See,
around
I'm
there.
in. I'm in for that. Jordan, what did you do?
I went to a nice upscale dinner party. It was
awkward.
It was very proper of me. I was quite the gentleman.
Did you have your grown-up clothes on?
You damn right I did.
Damn skimmer. Oh my gosh, Jordan, I don't know, man. I don't know. What, Jordan, because of the fact that you're awesome, what do you have coming up for this year?
For this year, I actually just have just my last semester of law school that I'm going to try to wrap up. I need 13 collegiate hours. And then I think the state of Texas is going to actually let me be an attorney, if you can believe that.
I don't.
So
I don't at all.
I don't think it's a good move on their part. But
well, I'm excited for you to be an attorney.
That's kind of the biggest thing that I got going on this year.
I'm excited for you being an attorney. You making more money and like taking us out to places with money and buying all of this stuff.
You underestimate the considerable amount of debt that I have.
That you have now accrued.
I'm gonna make a lot more money, but it's like for the first 5 years is gonna be just percentage of it is going straight back to loans. So I got that to look forward to.
Yeah, I guess I'll always be there to give you a good time. But what about you, Mr. Bryan Vaughn, who is a dirt bike racer and pretty awesome? But what are you looking forward to in the year of 2012?
I'm looking forward to finish out this TORO Series for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Been having a bunch of fun riding them. I like how they got the tracks more technical. Suits my style quite a bit better than the more open stuff that a bunch of Texas races seem to have. But
weenies.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to definitely bring home the LACC Championship. I would like to get that this year for sure.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. What about you going to be trying to make it to the Off-Road Cup? I noticed that unfortunately there is a date conflict, so is that going to be a come down to the wire kind of situation?
Well, as long as if I have one more bad finish in Toro, I'm going to have to miss the 9 hour. But other than that, I got a halfway deal set already with the team. As long as I don't have if I ain't had a bad race yet in Toro, I will use that as my drop.
Use that as your drop. Yeah, it's understandable. As we were just talking about, the Off-Road Cup is going to be coming up later in February. It's the 25th. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but the problem is that it does conflict with the last race of the Toro season. So, being that he's in the pro class, he's got to really kind of figure out where his points are at and go from there. Myself, I am just looking forward to the fact that I'm able to ride again. This past weekend, we went out and did the Callisburg Recon for the race that's coming up weekend for the round 4 of the TORO Series. And man, I got to borrow Josh Wozner's bike, and there's footage of me totally gooning out because this thing had a recluse. For a guy that doesn't ever ride with a recluse or ever have to not check that your bike's in gear, Scratch was trying to get really close to my exhaust pipe, and so I was just going to totally lay into that 350 on him. Well, I did that, and the bike was in gear. So the bike just took off from underneath me, and I landed on the ground, and it was great. Up until I realized that Joe McClellan had his helmet cam on and was looking directly at me. So he caught it all on footage. And it's pretty epically awesome of the fact that I turned into a complete goon. But besides being able to ride, man, I got New Year's Day, I got in an epic mountain bike ride. I had that ride in for the Recon. I mean, that's a great start to the year for me, and I'm looking forward to just being able to do it. I am hoping that I can get healthy enough to go qualify for the ISDE and go to Germany. So that's going to be a big deal for me, if that happens. I don't know.
It'd be sweet.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty awesome. My dad and I are looking forward to that. One thing that is definitely pretty awesome is Fly Racing. They are a sponsor of Seat Time, and we thank them very much for that. One product that I would like to talk about that I've been trying out by them is the F2 Carbon Andrew Short Replica Helmet. Not only does this thing look absolutely badass, but it is Snell and DOT approved. There's multi-port air induction system for cooling. I mean, that's a lot of big words, and they do stuff. They cool you down. Something of the sort. As well, there are, goggle anti-fog vents. I mean, how do they make those? I don't know. They just make holes, put it in the helmet, and boom! Scoop the air behind the goggles. They scoop it in. And as we said, it looks badass. I mean, it is like some disco cocaine party threw up like on a helmet, and then they glossed over it. I mean, that. Who doesn't want to wear that for only $259.95? I think you guys should go check it out. Flyracing.com is the URL. We thank them for their support. Okay. We talked about the fact that it was New Year's this past weekend. Red Bull, New Year, no limits. Give me your thoughts.
I didn't catch it live, but I watched it the next night, and I was really looking forward to it, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. I mean, I thought, they couldn't even take off side by side, and I thought for sure the dirt bike would outjump a snowmobile, but I was proven wrong.
Yes, unfortunately we were. So, if you were to break it down, they say that the motorcycle takes longer to get up to speed, more gears because of the way the different transmissions work. Okay, cool. That's why they couldn't start next to each other. Then the snowmobiler outjumps the dirt bike, but the dirt biker's going faster. You know,
yeah. And the weight's like twice as much.
Yeah, there's a big difference there. So he jumped like 412 feet. I think the Madison only got like 378. The snowmobiler broke his record by umpteen amount of feet, and Robbie Madison didn't break his.
Yeah.
He couldn't do a time lap because of all the moisture and stuff.
Moisture on the ramp.
It was like, man, you jumped onto the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, and you don't want to do a hot lap when it's a little condensated?
Yeah.
Really? Your balls are that big, but then they shrink like that quickly? Oh, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't jump at all, so it's whatever. My balls got no room to speak.
So now does the snowmobile hold the snowmobile record's farther than the dirt bike record now? Is that what it is?
I guess that's the case, man. I don't know. I mean, yes, he
that
jumped 412 feet. Robbie Madison jumped 378 and did not beat the record of 391, which I think was what his record would have needed to have been.
Yeah.
So I think the snowmobiler's got the record now.
Wouldn't have thought that.
But man, it's a snowmobile, not on the snow. Does that really count?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But regardless, Red Bull, you're pretty awesome. I like drinking your drinks. I like energy drinks in general. But I thought it was a little underwhelming. Next year, if you're going to have a snowmobile, put it in the snow. It's dirt biker, put it in the damn dirt.
Makes sense.
I don't know. This is kind of weird. But as we were talking about the fact that I have Bryan Vaughn sitting next to me, and he drove 2 hours. He didn't want to talk about Red Bull. He wants to talk about himself because his ego always needs fluffing. It's actually a complete lie. Bryan Vaughn is pretty down to earth. Really cool guy. And I'm glad that he wanted to come and sit on the couch with us because we will always have him. But you're a very, very consistent top 5 finisher in the Louisiana Cross Country Series. You've actually won quite a few of them. The Don Burgess Memorial was probably the most recent. But then you had a little bit of bad luck after that with some bike problems, I believe it was.
Yeah, I definitely had a couple bike problems at the end of the year, and that put me out of the championship, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I think by the end of the season, though, you were 5 points behind the winner. Was it Andrew Bebe? Bebe?
Yeah, it was Andy BB.
Bebe
sounds better.
Andy?
Y'all have been saying that wrong for a whole year now.
Well, what's funny is when Lucas came on the show and he even said it because he said it and he's like, I like saying it your way better.
Yeah, your way does sound better.
Bebe! Yeah. It's more fun, you know? How do we church up your name?
There's only about one way to say
Yeah,
mine.
you and Bryan Vaughn.
We'll call him
You
Bryan.
could draw it
Bryan
out a
Vaughn.
little bit and be cowboy more about it, but you can't really pizzazz it with any much, can you? And then, of course, we had Jason Harvey in second place, and you were in third overall for the XC1 class in the LACC. We've talked about that series a lot, but none of us have had a chance to make it out and race that series. You have raced that series. So for all the viewers that have wondered, tell us a little bit about the tracks, about the series, what it is that you like about it and why you keep going back. We know it's a drive, so tell us a little bit more about the LACC series and what you think about it.
I love the series. I mean, the dirt's always pretty good down there. We've had a few dusty races, but you're going to expect that anywhere in the South, I guess. But the first one I went to, I knew I was going to like him. He runs it its own time every time. It's just it's a very organized system the way he does everything.
Nice.
And we're always out of there. Results are posted by like 1 every Sunday, and the race is always good and goes through real smooth.
Nice. Lucas Como, guy from Louisiana, getting shit together. Who'd have thought it?
I'm telling you, it's happening down there right now.
Wouldn't. Well, that's good to hear. And then Lucas Como is the proprietor of AcadianaRacing.com, which is putting on the Off-Road Cup, which will be coming up later in the year. But you may be there. But what we're hoping is that he's going to be at a Toro race fighting for a championship. Right now, you do have 4 guys in front of you. You're 5th in points right now after 3 races, about to have round 4 this weekend. All 4 guys in front of you are past Toro champions. What do you do to beat them? I mean, is there a strategy? I mean, where are you at with that?
And I don't know, the line is super stacked right now. Every guy on the line at Toro right now is pretty much capable of winning, but all the guys ahead of me in points for sure. They're on top of their game right now, and it's hard to find a flaw and a way to get around them. I'm considering my starts as being my main benefactor right now.
Yeah.
Being on the 2-stroke with some of them, with Cameron being on a 450, for example, but still, I hear him coming pretty quick. It seems like every race. So
Yeah.
I'm like, here he comes.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting topic because of the fact that, say, him and Caleb Ramsey, who is on a 2-stroke, they've both been getting considerably unnormal starts for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they are typically, in every other series, they're on their starts, but for some strange reason, maybe it's the colder weather, the way they jet their bikes, with the mixture maybe that Caleb runs, whatever it is, they don't seem to be getting off the line the way that they typically do. But speaking of 2-strokes, I did see pictures today of Cameron Ishmael with the KTM 2-stroke.
I seen it.
2 of those bitches.
I seen it.
So, I don't know, man. He's been pretty consistent on those
Yeah.
Kawasaki's, but that just says another orange bleeder in the group, man.
That's right.
I mean, that's interesting to say the least. So you've gotten a 4th, or you gotten a 5th, a 4th, and a 7th. Leaving you in 5th. Where are we at this weekend? And you've seen the recon?
I actually
Really?
haven't been able to see it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to. My phone won't upload that video. My phone won't do seat time.
That is
I don't
bullshit.
know why.
All right.
We got to get him a
We
new
just
phone.
got called out for being dicks.
No, we got to give him a new phone.
Yep, that's
Come on.
it.
I'm on it.
He's buying you one right now, actually.
All right, right there.
Okay, so the recon, though, 10.8 miles, loop, 10.8 miles, super technical, nice tight woods, got some medium tight woods, lots of off-camber, some rocky sections, some creek crossings. Does that sound like Arkansas?
Yeah, that's about.
What up?
That
I'm
fits
excited.
Arkansas
I'm excited.
description, so.
I'm excited. I am actually going to be sweeping a lot of the races. I'm still going to be out there recording like I've been doing for the long course stuff, but I will be out there sweeping for the other programs just to kind of get myself moving and get back riding and stuff. K-Ruck, thanks for being nice and letting me do that. We really appreciate it. Other people that have been extremely nice to both Bryan Vaughn and myself is Moto Tassinari. They even fluffed up Jordan's skirt a little bit by getting him a t-shirt. That's saying a lot. But for those of you who have no idea what Moto Tassinari, who they are or what they do, think about your engine. Think about the thousands of dollars that you spent on the exhaust. What you're doing is you're getting the air out of the engine. K-Ruck himself said it the best. The engine is a pump. The air has to go in, it has to combust, and then it has to exit. So once you spend all that money on the exhaust pipe, would you not spend what would even be a third of that on the intake system of that pump, which would be what Moto Tassinari has completely worked out and does a great job of. If you're on a KTM 250 or 300, you want to buy right now the A-Force reed cage. That thing is freaking sick. And then, of course, the adjustable boot they have out for their 4-strokes is just as well. Works amazingly. I think the Geico team runs them. There's quite a few of the 250 teams that run those adjustable air boots. They have figured it out. It will make your bike run more horsepower. What have you thought about yours on your bike?
I mean, KTM's, when I was on a Kawasaki, I had to put one on there, and I could definitely tell the difference as soon as I did it. luckily KTMs have had them on there, but when I put the new V-Force 4 on there, I could for sure tell a difference in the horsepower.
Yeah. And then, as I completely mispronounced it, is the V-Force 4 reed cage. That is the new one. The V-Force 3 does come stock on the KTM 2-strokes. But you do notice a significant horsepower change completely, throughout the entire range of the motorcycle. Mototestnerd.com. Don't question it. Do it. Tell them Seat Time sent you. They're going to hook you up, send you a couple cool things. It's going to be awesome. So thank you for supporting our supporters. What's coming up? We've talked about it. Round 4, Toro, Callisburg this weekend. Practice is going to be on Saturday. Racing is going to be on Sunday. The long course is first, I believe. Now that we're back after 3 races, we were first in the first race. Okay, the long course is first. You don't have to be a member to come out on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Practice is from 11 o'clock to 2:50. So come on out, have a good time, and race with us. Big time, though, is Supercross this coming up weekend. Anaheim 1, 2012. Holy shit.
It's here.
It's going to be pretty nuts. We got like 4 days away. I mean, it's going to be intense. We got Ryan Villapoto, who's trying to defend his championship. Ryan Dungey's going to try to get his back. Chad Reed is trying to prove to the industry still that he deserves anything. James Stewart wants to not be a dickhead. And then, unfortunately, Trey Kennard, broke his collarbone, so he's not going to be there. But he's kind of what would have been the top 5, the top fifth person of the awesomeness. What do you think? What the fuck is going to happen?
I don't know what's going to happen. Villapoto's going to be tough to beat. He can stay uninjured.
Yeah? You're on an orange bike and you say that?
I don't know.
That's okay.
I wish Dungey would win.
Okay,
I
good.
can say that.
That's what I want, too.
I
want Dungey because, there were so many people that were like, Dungey making such a big mistake. Leaving Suzuki or going... I'm sorry, not leaving Suzuki, going to KTM. Everybody knows that Suzuki doesn't have any money. Who knows when and where that team's going to disappear off to, since their off-road team, it doesn't even exist anymore. But I think it's the right matchup because of the fact that obviously him and DeCoster can work together. That team management works. I think the bike is there. They've been working on it, so it's kind of still in testing phase. But, I mean, what was it, 2 weeks he was on the bike and he got second in the Monster Energy Cup overall?
Yeah, and that's without any testing.
That's like
he
no
didn't
testing.
Have it figured out then.
Yeah, so sure. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. But we all know that Chad Reed is a son of a bitch. He's going to come out swinging. It's going to be a good time with him. I think James Stewart actually, with this change to JGR, I think that this is going to be a game changer for him mentally. I think he hasn't been there since he's been not really on the Yamaha, but with the Manuel Yell team. So I think Stewart could show up.
Stewart can have it.
So I don't know. I'm looking forward to the 250s though. My call is that Malcolm Stewart is going to be up there. I think that him with the KTM change, doing testing and riding away from his brother, kind of starting to get his own program together. I think that can be something. Not just because he's on a KTM.
I've seen some stuff on the internet of him. He looks good on the KTM, but I don't know if
I can show you all kinds of shit on the internet.
I mean,
stuff that will blow your mind.
Blow your mind. It's okay. You can have another beer.
I still got half.
Oh, we still got half. By the way, he is the first person that is a professional dirt bike raider to have a beer on this show. We'd just like to say thank you. I say professional because of the fact that he's in the pro class. That's way better than any of us.
Everybody in this room is proud of him.
You gotta reward yourself every once in a while.
Yeah, for being awesome. There it is. You can have 12 ounces of it because it's not a full pint. Nothing. But unfortunately, Ken Roxon, little Kenny, he broke his arm, so he's going to be racing in the East Coast. I think that is not beneficial to the plans that Roger DeCoster had. He obviously wanted them to be riding in the West Coast so that they could ride the 350s and either possibly do more testing on the 350s or to kind of bump check everybody away from Dungey. What do you think?
I agree. I wanted to see him on a 350. That would definitely be something I was looking forward to seeing, but I think I don't think he's going to have much of a problem on the 250. I'm picking him to run away with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Ken Roxon. And I'm not going to lie. Last year when he came in there and he really was getting hurt, he was beating himself up, but I think that he was learning the Supercross side of the sport. It does seem to be a lot faster. It's a lot more dangerous. The jumps are a lot different from what they're used to on the GP side of stuff or really anywhere in the world. Excuse me. There to go again. Burping. Boy, that smells horrible. You like that?
Maybe that's why he's not drinking so much. He doesn't want to be a disaster
Is it
on
this
the couch
beer?
like you.
I am not a disaster. You shut up. I'm totally sober. But I think the fact that he learned a lot last year and coming back, Musquin would have learned a lot last year, but he was out all last year with a leg injury and then thumb, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. But then we got Dean Wilson, we got Brock Tickle on a 450. I mean, there's tons of guys in all the classes that could really win and do awesome.
Yeah, there's about 5 to 8 guys on the line that I think could take home anyone.
The 250 class is going to be so good. Oh, as always. Okay, other stuff that's coming up, not this weekend, but a little bit further away. We're going to have the first work series of 2012, which is going to be at Glen Helen MX, which is in Devore, California. How would you say that? I don't know how to, I mean, I'm just going with it.
Devore.
One
of them.
Okay. It's a silent E, maybe. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll Google it. Google it. That's going to be January 13th through the 15th. So that's the second weekend of January. We're going to have No Caselli. He is not competing in the Works Championship, or the Works Races Championship. So he's not defending his title. That is interesting. That's KTM's plan, though. He will be racing the National Hare and Hound and the Score event. So apparently they're going for a Baja Championship. Mike Brown, the ageless Mike Brown, is going to be their flagship KTM rider for Works. I'm pretty sure that he could still kick some ass. We got Abbott, who's retired, and then we got the full Kawasaki off-road team. That's kind of it on like the full factory. After that, they're kind of like fluffed up privateer efforts. I think the Yamaha team's there, but not really. And Suzuki doesn't have an off-road team anymore, so whatever. But Josh Strang will be there on his KTM, so that could be actually a good time. Could be a good time. Off-road Cup. What team is it that you were talking about that you're gonna be riding with?
I think I got a team down there in Louisiana set up that I'd be riding with, and it'd be me and one more of the XC1 guys from down there, and then we're still trying to contact one more person. We think we got one more person in line to get in there with us.
And so, would you be riding under the LACC banner, or?
No, it would not be under the LACC banner because that takes the top 3, and unfortunately I got knocked out of the top 3 in that series at the end of the year. But it would be a different Louisiana team.
Louisiana, not the top team. Maybe?
Well, no.
It's a pretty bad name, actually. I'm not going to go with that. Don't do that. It's horrible. For those of you who don't know, the Off-Road Cup will be happening February 25th on Saturday. It is a 9-hour, 3-man race format. Do you guys, can you pick however you choose to do your racing, your 3-man racing, or?
As far as I know, I wasn't able to make it to it last year, but as far as I know, you're able to do any rotation you want.
Okay.
Kind of like the 24-hour in Alabama.
Okay, if you decide to go 3 laps, 2 laps, 3 laps, 2 laps,
yeah,
that's your choice, whatever. Well, we're going to have last year's winner of the Moore team. They're going to be there. They're going to try to defend their title. We know that Bryan Vaughn would like to not let them do that and take it away from them. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Boom.
I definitely would like to take it from
I would
them.
like to take it away. Somebody that's going to take it away, which would be your air from your heart and from your lungs, would be Concept 2. If anybody is taking anything seriously about training, trying to be healthy, having a good time, but looking good while doing it, you need to be on a Concept 2 rower. I've got one, and I know the fact that I've been able to ride my mountain bike and ride my dirt bike as well as I have been after only four months off my bike from my ankle surgery is because of my Concept 2 rower. The flexibility, the strength training, everything that's there, all the cardio workout, it is a full body workout. I can do motos, I can do trail riding on that rower. You need to go check them out, concept2.com. That is the URL. Tell them that we said hi. Please go check them out. They're pretty awesome. All right, so this has been Seat Time. It's a little bit shorter because we didn't have as much content, but I don't care about content because we had a good time with Mr. Bryan Vaughn. What do you think?
For sure.
Not the worst time ever?
No.
Absolutely not.
That's how we go for it.
Yeah. So if you want to hear more about everything that we have to say, it's going to be seattime.co is the URL where you can find all of this funness. On Facebook as well, facebook.com/seattime, and we are as well on the Twitter. Our tweet handle, if you will, or Twitter handle is seattime_co. Now, because of the fact that I know that you're on Twitter and you've got all these little fun areas that people can find you online, if you would like to fluff yourself any.
Well, my Twitter handle is KTM Dirty 30, and I'm also on Facebook.
He's on Facebook. Bryan Vaughn. Is that I or Y?
That's BRYAN and BAUGHAN.
Spelled the Texas way. Because I'm BRIA. I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah, the Texas way must be the Y. Is that what it is?
That's what I think. Because every time when I came here, everybody was trying to spell my name with a Y.
That's probably
and I was
it.
like, I don't do that. That's just weird. So, I don't know. But, if nothing else, this has been a great time. We've got these new lights. I hope we look awesome. If we don't, I'm sorry. Jordan and I are still figuring this shit out. I'm pretty sure at this point, though, Bryan looks amazing. Thank you very much for paying attention. If nothing else, always enjoy. Oh, wait for it.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, just did it. A pint full of awesome. Is this going to happen?
Really?
Didn't have nothing for you.
Really? Foam's beer too, buddy. There you go. Look at that non-discrimination.
Wowzers.
Bam.
I only tear up because it feels good when it hurts. Thank you very much for paying attention, everybody. Bryan Vaughn! We're out.